Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Raw Talkin' It. Back from our break. This is episode 5. My name is Titus, Andrew, whatever you want to call me. That's Joe. Might be Joe, possibly Joe. He goes by a lot of names. And we're here to catch up on gaming news and have fun and catch up on what happened over break and slam my face into my desk several times. Whatever. Whatever.
I don't think that violates any TOS, so I think you're good.
As long as I don't bleed, I think it's fine.
Fair enough.
Actually, I think it's still mine. I think you can't do self-harm. And I think banging my head into the desk is self-harm, so I don't
That's fair.
It's fine. This is weird. Like, okay, so to break the fourth wall. Looking this way right here, I seem really dark. Like, on the Discord call, I seem really dark. But when I look over here on what is being outputted into Twitch, I don't seem that dark. It seems a lot more brighter than I thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, it looks the same on my end.
Really? Well, fuck. Maybe that screen over there is brighter than this screen over here, and so maybe it's like doggo. Maybe it's like dulling it down here.
I don't know. You look the same on both of mine, other than the mirrored part.
True. I don't know. I got a new monitor from work. It's significantly better than the old monitor I had, and the monitors that I have that I own. So what I did is I made the nice work monitor my new main monitor, and they don't know I'm using it for personal reasons. Who cares? Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
My laptop setup's right there. I use it for work too. Michael! And so I put my older monitor over here. And this monitor's so nice. It's so much nicer than anything I own. It sucks!
I have a 4K at work, and I haven't been able to use it in like a year.
Dude, just go get it.
I do not. That thing is big and expensive.
Oh, is it like huge?
I mean, it's like a... Yeah, like... It's gotta be like a 30-inch monitor. No, not 30.
That's big.
It's big. Very big.
Are you sure it's not like a 27?
I have like a normal size monitor at work, and it's noticeably bigger than my normal size monitor.
So it could be like your normal size is a 24, and the other one is either...
It'd be like a 27 or a
27. 27 is a really common monitor, but 30 isn't uncommon, so...
I know, but like, yeah, like...
But like 27 4K seems to be a sweet spot with monitors.
That's probably what it is, especially since it's a few years old. It's
Kiara,
not brand spanking new.
Kiara, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Just let her be.
Are you just like... You just living your best life? You just chilling, sniffing the air? Dogs.
Let her be.
Look, no, we put a dog in the thumbnail, and then we can like tag it as pets or something, or pet life or something, and then there's a whole other audience we can get to.
I don't know if you want to tag that.
I don't think I do either. From the conversation we've had previously, I don't think we want to do that.
I don't think so. I don't think it's wise.
Damn it!
I don't think we're gonna get the right audience for us.
Who knows, dude? I'll take any audience at this point. I'll sell out. I don't give a shit.
We haven't sold out yet, but you'll know it when we do.
Oh yeah, subscribe to our OnlyFans.
What level is? Yeah, just go through like.
Yeah, they're all like level 1. Oh wait, no.
Oh,
I still have Sky Dragon. I gotta go get another guy. I gotta go drop off.
Well, also
Cat.
you need to go drop off. You have some items that you don't need.
I think.
Like go.
Do I have mini medals? Too?
I don't think so, but like you don't want to lose that sirloin either.
Oh yeah. We can drop.
That's worth dropping a couple things off.
In the book. Let's go and make sure we don't have any medals to drop off first, and then we will go drop off all. Anyway. So, we are 1 whole week away, Joe. It's gonna happen. It's
Cyberpunk?
It's already out in the wild. People have already seen it. It's happening. No more delay.
I'm finally getting promoted tweets for it on Twitter.
Me too.
Proper advertisements for the game.
Me too. Looks good.
I don't know, like, I feel like I for sure want to wait until I have a PS5.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna play the biggest, fanciest 7-year hype game, I'm gonna wait till I have a PS5.
So, what happens if it's bad?
I don't know. Like I've been making the joke that it very well could be the infinite jest of the gaming world, and I don't. We will have to see.
So,
like, how do you even review a game that big?
I don't think CD Projekt Red will let it be bad. They can't. They literally can't. Everything that their studio is about is based on this game. I mean, they've been promoting this game for like
7 years.
Well, we saw
7 years.
We saw a trailer of it, but it doesn't mean they've been promoting it, saying that it's like.
It was announced in 2013.
Right,
it was announced as their next major project.
Right, but just because it was announced doesn't mean it was been like fucking.
No, they weren't actually.
Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced like 10 years ago, and we didn't hear shit about it until like 4 years ago, and then we didn't hear shit about it until another like year before that. So it's you can announce you're doing a game, but like when did the heavy promotion start coming out? I feel like it was 2 years ago. Like, it was at, like, every E3, every Game Awards, everything. Speaking of the Game Awards, isn't that tomorrow, or next week?
It's not tonight.
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
It might be tonight.
Drop off your stuff. Awards. Pull my keyboard closer. 12/10, week from today.
Ah, I was right. It's a week. Okay, good. That's the same day Cyberpunk drops.
Possibly.
There's no possibility.
And also
about
the same day as we stream, so December 10th, 6 p.m.
I'm gonna wait for Cyberpunk and wait and see if it's actually good.
I mean, yeah, I think it's fair. I also am not. I'm certainly in no rush. You had 4 of those.
Yeah, I saw it. I put the other ones away.
Okay.
But man, if it does if it does everything it says it's gonna do, the game looks fucking fire.
I bet it'll be great. I
want it to be great. I don't want to be let down again. What's in here?
It's a library.
Yeah.
There's something you can do in here, like way down the road, if you have like 100 monsters. But it lets you like look up all the monsters and stuff. But
I didn't mean
there is a gate in there, but yeah, you need a bunch of stuff.
Stop it, Control.
You should also use your agility seed on your new Centaur.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Because why not?
Didn't we make something else? What else did we make?
Think so. Go check the farm.
Yeah, I'm right there.
We're
gonna drop off Sabercat. Then we're gonna pick up. Who the fuck are we picking up? Not Gollum. Oh, the grizzly bear.
Oh yeah, Grizz. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go through a pretty easy gate. Train those little puppies up. Train those little boys up. Yeah, but the promotional material, like the game. At first, I was like, Cyberpunk. People are hyping it up. Maybe it won't be very good. I mean, maybe it'll be good, but it won't be, like, for me. Like, they did that, like, sequence thing where you, like, have to go and investigate stuff and see, like, how this crime went down or whatever. That was, like, one of the big gameplay showcases, like, last year. I don't know if you remember that. But it's, like, it's one of the main parts of the game. You get the colored hair punk chick, and you're sitting in this fucking chair, and then you go through this, like, sequence of things that happen. I was like, oh, maybe it's like a detective game thing.
I mean, Astral Chain had that, and it's still very much an action game, but it had these sequences where you had to go solve crimes and look for clues.
Right.
Because you work for the police. You work for the super police or whatever.
And Cyberpunk, you're a merc, which is great. You can do whatever you want. You have no loyalty.
Okay, But yeah, no, like Astral Chain did that, and usually it was the start of a level, so it was like explore the area, find all the collectibles and goodies, talk to people, and every now and then you might find there might be a small challenge. Like there are little side missions as well, and some of them would be like, some of the challenges might be like help, that thief just stole my purse, and you have to like use your stuff to go chase him down and without killing them or whatever. And there's you should have 2 seats.
I just use both of them.
You did? Okay. And you'd find lots of silly stuff, and there was hidden gems and portals that you can only do later and that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a fun thing.
So, but yeah, that was like the only showcase we had of gameplay for a while. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I won't play it. And then we've seen more show play. And it's like a crazier fucking version of Fallout. And so I'm like, oh, I need this. Give me.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a great time.
We had a couple other games drop today as well.
I actually need to ask you about how compatibility works on
the PlayStation 5.
So the PS5 itself is not backwards compatible.
Wait,
but
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Is it or is it not?
The PlayStation 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's backwards compatible.
I can just stick a PS4 disc in there and it'll work.
Absolutely.
Okay, my husband was trying to tell me that was not true.
It has to copy over the data, but yeah, it works.
So I can, in other words, and it plays faster and better because it's a better CPU,
not for
better graphics. Well, sure.
The PlayStation 4 game that you put in has to have enhancements for like better graphics and stuff, but your load times will be faster.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not gonna like render more polygons.
Right. Exactly.
But like
your load times will be faster just because
your
of the
processors are going to be better. And if it has any sort of settings that you can choose, you could like...
Yeah, you can run everything like... I mean, a lot of games have a PlayStation 4 Pro mode, and so you can just run the PlayStation 4 Pro mode, and then like you're off to the races.
Okay. Yeah, because I was interested in playing FF7R, and then I was like, well, the PS5 is going to come out. I may as well wait and play it on the PS5.
You might as well...
And my husband...
I'm assuming that the 7 will have a PS5 enhancement of some kind.
Yeah. But yeah, my husband was... at one point said that was not true. So now I know.
Yep, you can just put the disc in. You're good to go.
Okay.
And any games,
but then there were also
digitally.
Games that are getting re-released on PS5, where they're like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the okay. So Spider-Man's the weird thing, right?
But there are games that they're making a new version of for the new console. Some games.
Not all. No. It's hard to say.
Wasn't there a whole thing about free upgrades?
Yes, right. So, if you bought Cyberpunk on PS4 when you pre-ordered, if you bought Avengers, if you bought, I think there's like 2 other ones. I think Valhalla, and I don't know if Call of Duty did it, but
games that were announced before the PS5 was
like
announced.
right on the cusp of like when the PS5 was going to release, or like a month or 2 before the PS5 was going to release, they were like, hey, buy this PS4 version and you'll get the upgrade for free. So what happens is when you boot up the PS5, and I have the PS5 sitting over here now. It's upstairs right now instead of downstairs. So after the stream, we could do a post-stream demo of the PlayStation 5. What you do is you download. So if it's digital, you just download your game like you would.
And it downloads the correct version.
Yes, it will. You'll have to select the version, but it defaults to the best one. So, for instance, No Man's Sky has a PS5 version.
Okay.
And I've bought No Man's Sky digitally, so I was like, sure, let's go and try this. I downloaded it, booted it up, and there it is, and it had the enhancements in it, and it was awesome because they did some cool shit with that game with the controller.
I know. I'm not. Yeah.
Oh, so cool. The controller is such a badass thing for that game. Haven is going to have to wait because I need 2 PS5 controllers to play it.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Because it tells me that I need the rumble and the adaptive triggers to play the game. So I can't plug in I can't plug in my PlayStation 4.
That explains why they didn't do a PS4 simultaneous release, because they have to make some adaptations. Which is a bummer, because I just assumed it would come out on the PS4 and PS5 on the same day.
I did too, and you would think it would, you know.
And the funny thing is, I timed the games I'm playing so that I would have a break. And
you just finished Age of Calamity, and you're like, oh yeah, fucking Haven's coming out, let's go! Oh.
Yeah, I literally have like one more night of playing, and I'll have the game at 100%.
Oh, it's so booty.
And so now I genuinely got to figure out what I'm going to play next, because like I don't want to play. I played a lot of Mario this year because I played Odyssey and I 100%ed it again, and I played Galaxy when it came out on 3D All Stars, and I played 64 and got all the stars.
We gotta start our Xenoblade gameplay up again soon.
We do. We need to start doing that. Maybe after the holidays.
That's probably a good idea.
But I'm watching my husband play Sunshine, and so like I know I'm a little Mario'd out. Like I love Mario, but I don't need to play more right now.
Understandable.
And also I've played them all. Like at this point, what am I gonna play? I could play Galaxy 2, I guess.
Age of Calamity, but faster.
Well, it has difficulty modes.
That's funny.
But no, like and the other thing is I do have a bit of an itch right now to play a Zelda game, because it's been a while since I've replayed any of the old Zelda games.
Play some goddamn Ocarina of Time.
But next year is the 35th anniversary or 30th anniversary, whatever, of Zelda. And so
we'll get Breath of the Wild 2.
If we're gonna we'll probably get Breath of the Wild 2 next year.
Yeah.
But there's a decent chance, I think there's a fairly decent chance that if they're gonna port the old games to Switch, that it's gonna come next year. If Ocarina or Majora or Wind Waker or Twilight or Skyward is gonna get a forward port, it's gonna be next year, I think.
That'd be cool.
As a warm up for Breath of the Wild 2. And so I don't want to. I played Skyward Sword earlier this year.
Draw Mask for life. I mean, what?
I played that on 3DS. I would love to play it on. If it got some kind of, freshened up, it would probably be exactly the same. It would probably be just like with 3D All Stars. I'm sure
just as frustrating, just as annoying.
I'm sure they're going to be ported 1-to-1. But like, that is something. And like, I'd love to play all these games on these consoles. But yeah, like. I kind of don't know. And now that I want to wait for a PS5 to play Final Fantasy VII-R, which was the other big game I want to play, I don't know what I'm going to play.
I mean,
I got to think about it.
Waiting for a PS5 to play FF7R isn't going to matter much, because if there's no enhancements right now, it doesn't actually matter. It'll look the same on the Pro, whether it looks the same on the PS5. The only thing you'll get is slightly faster load time, so it's not that big of a deal.
I could see it. Not that the original game, when I watched my husband play it, had that many frame drops, but you'd probably get none.
Probably.
And I'm sure it happened from here and there.
But I wouldn't bank on be like, yeah, we're gonna wait on the PS5, because who fucking knows when that stock's ever. I mean,
I know.
The stock gets refreshed and then it's just gone immediately. So
I want to wait a little while just to see
after the holidays to see what happens.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking like a couple of months, but like a couple of months is enough time to play a couple of games, depending on the game. If I had my copy of Xenoblade 2 at home, I would consider just playing it myself. But I'm watching you play, so unless you're gonna buy your own copy. Yeah.
Not interested.
Then
so we could play Ubisoft's new game.
I just am so...
You don't want to play Breath of the Wild in Greek mythology?
I'm just so whelmed,
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm just sort of whelmed.
Consider Rune Factory.
I mean, there's a couple there's an indie game or two that I own on Switch that I haven't played.
Gotta get back into Hades, because everyone's fucking talking about that game now. I could
try getting back into Hades, though I still don't think they have cross save. I don't know if that's come out yet.
I don't know.
There's I'm struggling to think of anything else that's like on the top of my list of either to replay or to play right now.
I have to wait for the holidays, but Miles Morales is on my list.
Yeah.
And then I got the special edition version that has the new PS5 Spider-Man remaster, so I might play through that game again, because that game's really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
But it also,
I really enjoy it. Like,
it has cross-save too now, so that's pretty cool.
My replay of Odyssey was a ton of fun, and of course replaying Galaxy and
Or, you know, Rune
64
Factory
was
4.
great too.
I should try Rune Factory 4. I know I should. I would probably enjoy it. At this point right now, no. No.
I did really enjoy. I will say this: Age of Calamity, so good.
And if I get it for Christmas, I will absolutely play it, and we will do a Let's Play of it, because it looks fun.
We tried doing multiplayer, and it was a bit underwhelming.
Well, shaky.
So multiplayer on original Hyrule Warriors, the main problem was the game changed how it spawned enemies, and so very often you would have goals where it's like kill this many enemies, and it just wasn't spawning them. And like we were like killing everything we could find, and it just didn't seem to want to spawn all of them, and that was really frustrating. And so that was the poor experience. This time around, because it's split screen, which, hey, props for doing split screen in this day and age.
True.
True. And it does use like dynamic frame rates and dynamic resolutions. There are times in single player where there are performance issues.
I heard there's some major
I
frame
largely
drop
don't.
issues.
Oh yeah. I don't really care. Like, it's one of those games where, like, whatever, I don't care. Like, it happens in such a way. It happens in such a way that it doesn't interrupt my fun. Like, that's the difference. Is that, like, sometimes you get the performance issue and you're like, ugh, I can't play the game like this. Whereas with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, it rarely came close to stopping my fun.
Interesting.
In single player. In the one time it did, there was a mission at the end where a side mission where it was just shit tons of Lizalfos, the electric ones.
Oh boy!
And,
so you had all the zappy particles and shit.
It was literally, and I'm talking like literally like 200 of them on screen, and in that particular level, they were all programmed to spam their electric-y zappy move, and I genuinely thought the game was going to crash. But again, there were like 200 of them, and it slowed to a crawl.
That's a lot.
It was right.
That's a lot of little lizard bitches.
That that was one time. In multiplayer though, so the main problem with the split screen is it's horizontal split screen, and a lot of that vertical space is kind of necessary to play the game.
Yeah. And
it got pretty frustrating when you could, like, for the smaller enemies it was no big deal, but for the bigger ones like a Lionel, like, you gotta kind of be able to really keep an eye on them.
I wonder if they thought about that and they're like, hey, there's a bunch of enemies on screen, so you need a wired field of view instead of looking at it like, who gives a shit if you need a wide field of view? You're going to swing your sword. You're going to hit a bunch of fucking people anyway. What's it matter? Give them the verticality so that they can see the big fucking...
It would have been better probably with a vertical split screen instead of horizontal.
Can you change it?
That would have... No. That would have messed with the UI a lot, because the UI works very nicely for horizontal, but vertical would have been problematic.
Oh, okay.
So that would have been a problem. But I also think it's a solvable problem, in my opinion, so I would have appreciated that. And then also, if you have two... same issue with particles. There are some characters that you can play as, like Rivali, shit tons of bomb arrows, and if like he's doing stuff, and then you've got like Urbosa who uses lightning. If you've got explosions and lightning going on the screen at the same time, very quickly you run into performance issues. So in multiplayer, it was far more noticeable. There was already the frustration of
split screen
dealing of the split screen, and then also performance was dropping far more significantly. And so we tried it a few times. We did a few of the story missions, but it did get to the point where it was not fun. We've used it a few more times when I've been farming up. There's Korok seeds to find in the levels, and so I did play with my husband a couple of times where I was like, "Hey, run around the map with me and help me pick up all these Korok seeds real fast." And we could split up and get that done faster. Right. You definitely want that rib.
Yeah, I'm just using some herbs real fast.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get a Switch Pro?
Maybe. I've been hearing rumors for a very long time. I think it's very possible.
It'd be nice, because like for things like that, where I mean, they had to know that there was a bunch of frame issues sometimes. I mean, they
You
might
can give meat to your monsters, by the way. It makes them like you more, I think. I think it makes them listen to you more likely.
Sure, yeah, we'll do that.
Just give one to each. But yeah, no, like probably.
I feel
it
like
seems
it kind
like
of
an obvious choice.
It kind of needs to at this point. Like,
yeah. That said, I don't know how they'd accomplish that. Would they just make a bigger one? Would they, would they make it so that's always docked somehow? Like, I don't think.
I don't know.
Do that.
A docked only one seems like it'd kill some of the portability that they want.
It kills the idea of the Switch. So I certainly don't like that as an option.
I mean, just make it a little thicker, chunkier, boy, and then you're fine. Just make it like a thicker,
I agree. If they just
boy.
made it a little, I totally agree. But we'll see. I bet we get one, but I don't know for sure.
I mean, there's been rumors about it for forever now, so if it's not out yet, I don't know when the fuck it's coming out at this point, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, right now, well, I mean, I guess they could be holding off, because development for things like, the reason there's such a problem with the PlayStation 5 inventory and the graphics cards issues is they're just hard to produce right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, production in general across most industries is down.
And so maybe that's why they're waiting. They're thinking, let's wait. Let's give something, everything's going to calm down in July or whatever. Let's fucking... E3. Welcome
well,
Switch
and
Pro.
They could be holding Breath of the Wild 2 for it, make it a launch title.
That'd be baller. I'd buy it.
Yeah.
I'd buy it. Take my money.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so, probably.
I hope so. Because things like that, like, it's slightly disheartening when there's systems that have already handled those types of games insanely well for years to come, and now you have a proprietary one, and it has frame issues. Like, that just kind of sucks. It's not like it's not like it kills the game. The game is still enjoyable, but at the same time, you're like, you guys should probably figure this out. Like, kill their resolution. If there's that many things on screen, are you going to see every small detail of the ones way in the fucking back? Who cares?
So I have been watching. There is a YouTuber I watch that does these really great breakdowns of graphical and gameplay, like development tips and tricks, like things that developers are doing. Mm-hmm. He mostly focuses on Nintendo, but not exclusively, just because Nintendo is known for clever tricks. I learned about a lot of really cool like things that I would never have thought about, but like that happen. Really, really neat ideas. Like how to make water look good, but not just like the same texture over and over again. Stuff like that. Like your water texture is very small and you're going to tile it, but then you can apply other textures on top of it so that it's not the same across all of them or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Or so how to make water look like it realistically
like this offset
flows.
Layered stuff. And okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. He talks about that. One of the other things I learned today that was really cool, he did a video where he talked with a guy that does a similar type thing, but more audio oriented.
I do like those ones. I've watched some of
Wind
those.
Wind Waker, and this is going to blow your mind. I don't know exactly how it does this, but he mentioned it there. He was like, we're not exactly sure how it works yet. We're still looking through the code. But he said what happened, and I'm like, I have absolutely experienced that. So he's not off base. In Wind Waker, so a lot of games have adaptive music, right? Music that responds to what you're doing.
Right, yes.
And that sort of thing. So when you engage in combat, the theme changes and music tracks come in and out, or it fades to a different version or whatever. Or like the very, very old one is Super Mario World. When you hop on Yoshi, it adds bongos. It adds the little bongos while you're running around to the main track.
I'm just remembering a tweet that I saw.
But
oh my god!
But
I think it
the
was
thing
you
that
sent it too. It was so good. Sorry,
was it the Adam Driver?
He has to sacrifice the Yoshi.
Yeah,
it's so fucking good.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength.
Yes, I don't know. It's fucking Kylo Ren, but it's Mario. Shit got me good.
God.
That was a really good tweet.
But no, so what Wind Waker does that absolutely blew my mind when he said it, because I felt like it was true. So Wind Waker plays has like battle music, right? When you're in combat with an enemy.
Yep. Most of
And
the games do.
And the game, so how I'm gonna step back one step. So a lot of Nintendo games have extra data alongside the music, that keeps track with the music. One common example of this is in like Mario Odyssey, but Galaxy did it as well. There are lots of little sound effects that happen that are repetitive. The music, while you're playing the game, it tracks where it is in the music. And the sound effects that play, if they're tonal in any way, the game will keep track of where you are in the music and what key you're in, so that the sound effects, the random sound effects that play in the right key. So, for example,
it's kind of genius.
In Mario Odyssey, you know, the like wiggler guys that you can capture and you can like accordion in and out.
Yeah, okay, yes. I know what you're talking about now.
And they make a little like an actual accordion sound as you do that. That sound will always be in the same key as the music.
It's pretty cool.
Okay. So that's an instance where the music is responding to the game.
I don't know if we can do
However,
this, but whatever.
I mean, your two new monsters are now stronger than your pre-existing ones, so
level 8.
Well, but the level, look at the stats.
I know. They kind of.
But here's what Wind Waker does. Wind Waker, while you're in combat, will very slightly buffer animations and inputs.
I forgot to put away my tiny metal. Okay, go on.
Oh, you have a tiny metal? You
I
can
got
warp wing back. Right?
I got a mini
Just warp wing
metal.
back right now.
It's a mini metal. Fucking tiny
mini
metal.
metals are different.
Tiny metals.
Oh, yeah, okay. Anyways, Wind Waker, while you're fighting, will buffer your attack animations so that whenever an attack lands, because there's sound effects whenever attacks land, it will buffer your inputs very slightly so that your attacks always land on the beat.
What?
So when you swing your sword and it connects and it does like a bop sound, like a little explosion sound, it will make sure that always lands on the beat of the music.
Huh.
Which is wild.
It artificially fucks with your frame data.
It'll very slightly adjust when it starts animations and stuff to make sure that they always land on a beat of the music.
That's crazy.
And it's high tempo enough that it's never that much. It's never enough to make you worse at the combat. But yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so that's an instance of gameplay affecting music, but then the music also affecting the gameplay, which is just so cool, and it's so a Nintendo thing to do, right?
Nintendo, why are you so genius yet so out of touch at the same fucking time?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
How is it possible for the company to do so well yet be so stupid?
One of the other ones I saw that they talked about, this was a gameplay thing on Mario Galaxy. So the gravity behaves weird, right? Yeah. Like, gravity in that game is as a main mechanic. So how they do this is they define basically fields or like 3D shapes that have certain gravity properties. Every single planet. So like you could have a cube and you could just say big giant cube, gravity down in this big giant area, right?
Right.
You could also define a sphere where it pulls in everywhere. And then they defined a few other shapes with rules. All of the gravity in Super Mario Galaxy is accomplished with 5 shapes. There's a cube, there's a sphere, there's like a disc.
Okay. And
then there's a cylinder, and then there's like one other one. And those 5 shapes make up every instance of... Oh, and then the line. So there's one where it's like basically a cylindrical whatever, and so it always pulls you in. But with those 5 shapes, it defines all of the gravity that ever appears in the game.
That's interesting.
It always, and if they overlap, they have priorities. So you can have a big field of down. Like every map has a big field of downs that if you were to somehow get way out of bounds, you just fall all the way down. But then if you're close enough to something and it has a higher priority, you fall in the right way. Also, another thing, Mario games, 3D Mario games, have realistic lighting sometimes. I don't think 64 did, but all the other ones had realistic lighting where things cast shadows and lighting behaves like you think it does.
Ray tracing.
But Mario's shadow is always directly below him no matter what.
Oh, I've heard that.
100% of the time. And it helps with platforming because you know where he's going to land.
Right.
So even if the sun should be way off to the side and your shadow should be way over there, Mario's shadow is always straight down, which in Galaxy, down is relative, and so that's hard.
Yeah. That is kind of strange.
But yeah, but it still works. It still applies. Mario's shadow is always directly below where he's going to fall, no matter what. And that's true in Galaxy when lighting and shadows are weird. This channel is very fascinating, and they go through some really... They talked about how they accomplished the cartoony effect in Wind Waker and the lighting they do, and how like light and dark accents are programmed. There's like a table where they hand-picked like 50 different colors for like light. Here's the light accent color and the dark accent color. You're in a cave, here's your light, here's your dark. Oh, you're outside at sunset and it's raining, this is your light and this is your dark.
That sounds
and
tedious.
there's like a big... Yeah, exactly. And he talks about how like you could try to do it dynamically with some rules.
Kitty on this,
but the problem is
RE4.
you quickly find lots of weird exceptions where it stopped, where like at a certain point they just decided that it was worth hand picking all of the colors. And they also talked about how they achieved, because it's cell shaded, you don't want gradient lighting on things like in real life,
right?
Lighting, but in a cartoon those transitions are far sharper.
Yes.
And he talked about the different textures they use. And he's actually built an entire website where not only can you just go fly around in the world of all these different games and just like explore them from different camera angles that you maybe normally can't do, but you can also do it while game things are running. And also all the little bits of code that he's recreated to make the game work, he's made it so that they're all attached to sliders. And so you can like tweak the different settings and textures and see how they affect the game mechanics. I also learned a very interesting thing about how they do fur and hair in these games, which was very cool. It is not even a little bit how you think it is probably done.
I'm trying,
because you probably, if you think about it, you probably go, well, they can't just model every hair.
Right? Like some games, they try to say that they do, right? They say that you can see the hair flow or the grass move or whatever. But really, it's like
hair is a little different, but yeah, fur and grass in particular. And they discussed two main methods of how you do it. But yeah.
Every instance seems strange. There's no way you do every single instance, but you'd have to do some kind of like movable texture that I don't know.
No, so you don't at all. So here's what you do. At least, for example, the really classic, easy to see example is, do you remember the big queen bee in Mario Galaxy that you have to like crawl on?
I never played Galaxy.
Oh man. Well, whatever. It's fur. You would understand. Anyways. In the case of the bee, it's like you got yellow and black stripes, but then there's also the fur look to what's going on. And how they do it is they take the base texture, which is just like yellow and black stripes, and then you apply a bit of a random noise so that you get some blur and some artifacting or whatever. And then you take that texture and you bring it slightly outside the model and you make it slightly transparent. And then you take the exact same texture and you bring it out a little further and you make it a little bit more transparent. And you do that a few times. And what happens is you get the fur that fades out into nothing the distance you go, but how they create the lines, because you see lines to the fur, that's just a parallax effect. Like when you're driving by a cornfield and you see the lines depending on your perspective. Like as you drive across, you can see different lines in a grid.
Right. Sure.
But like, if you're standing at one point, you look in one direction and you see a line. Then you look a little off to the side and it just looks like solid. But then like along a diagonal, you'll see another line. Right? Something like that.
Sure.
Anyways, that's how they do the fur. It's just it's an optical illusion. But it looks like fur.
It's a pretty neat technique, though, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah. They also talked some crazy stuff about reflections and how that works. He talks about how ray tracing is overrated and they don't need it.
I agree. Everyone fucking wants it, and I don't understand. What does it matter?
His point was that, especially with reflections, brains are really bad at comprehending what a reflection should look like, especially on weird geometry. Like a reflection in water, yeah, you would expect to see a slightly blurred version of, whatever.
Right.
But like if you have some weird shape, the example they gave was the big stars in galaxy. Like the stars themselves, if you get close to them, are reflective. You don't know exactly how the light's going to bend off of that. So you can whiff it and get something that's close enough and people will be like, whoa, the reflections are so good. Even though if you really stopped and thought about it, it would not even be close to how it would actually be.
Yeah, because like how they do reflections now is they basically... So say this came up in Spider-Man.
There's a few ways, but go on, because I learned one particularly crazy one that I didn't know about.
Well, this is the way that Spider-Man does it.
Try to catch that bone slave, by the way.
Okay. The way Spider-Man does it is like... So you have a building that's all windows and stuff, and then you have, like, TVs and billboards and shit over there. What it does is it takes a lower res image and it mirrors it and basically pastes it onto those textures in a sense.
Yes,
and
that is one way to do it.
When you approach it, it just like the way it renders in, it makes it look like you would when you would walk by a mirror. You have that same kind of perspective. So that's
the trick to that is it'll use the previous frames.
Yes.
Because it already has that.
Yes.
And they talked about this a little bit in the Galaxy video because with the crystals, they have like lots of layers. And actually, if you get into very specific positions, you can see that like the lag effect you get when you like watch a video of a video of a video, that sort of thing. You can see that in the game because each one's using the frame before it.
It's cool. And then on the PS5 version of Spider-Man, he didn't. You can enable ray tracing and. Apparently, it's live reflection and stuff. It's like, who cares?
Yeah,
I don't care.
The one that was really interesting. So one option you would see
make game look
for one reflection is you just render a mirrored version of everything on the other side of like a mirror, for example. You just render another like player model. Or you render just that room on the other side of the mirror. And then you just put the mirror texture on top of it so you see whatever distortion, if it's like a dirty mirror or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You could just render it twice. That's one way to do it. That works for like easy flat surfaces or reflections in water a lot of time. They'll take if you see a lake and there's a mountain texture in the background, you just flip the mountain texture over, distort it a little bit because it's in the water, and you just render it down there and you just look at it.
Yep.
And the one I thought was really cool was they talked about in Pikmin 3, you can't look up in that game at all. And when you're outside in the forest area, you never get to look up and see the trees above you. Like there's no texture for that. But when you look in the water, you can see this like faint reflection of trees and stuff above you. And what they did is they made surfaces underneath water slightly transparent, and then they just put the texture really far in the distance below the water.
So that you're basically looking at a rendered object in the water.
Way underneath the ground.
That's crazy.
Like way down there, and they just made it, And that's why it still moves, because your perspective, you're looking at it a different part of the texture.
Right. If you could free camera in the game and you went down through that water,
Yes.
It would get larger as you go down.
You would just start, you would lose all the other stuff and you just start looking at the texture. And that's what this guy's website allows you to do.
That's
is
cool.
You can do that and you can see all the stuff.
It's a cool
you can also
resource
turn on
for people who want to try and make their own games.
Yeah. Well, and for example, I talked about the gravity boxes, right? In Mario Galaxy. He made it so that you could turn on a toggle and it would show all of the boxes with arrows pointing which way the gravity goes at any given point in space.
Vectors.
Yes. And so that, but it's very, very, very cool. And this guy, he's got basically every 3D Mario game, basically every Zelda game. He's got, and a lot of them also, it's not static. Like, you can have all the things doing their idle animations, right? You can have birds flying around. And he talks about in some of his videos, like, weird stuff that, like, did you notice that the birds are 2D? Or that, like, he's found weird code for things where he's like, wait a minute, oh, there's code that makes it so that when you do blah, 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 birds will show up or whatever. Stuff that you would never notice, but as he's going through the code of the old game to make everything work, he can implement that. But yeah, he's got basically all the Mario and Zelda. I think he's got like Mario Kart 8 and 7 in there. He's got Okami. He's got all the Pikmin games, I think. Actually, I can just go to it right now because
Okami's interesting. I wasn't expecting Okami to be in there, but people really cherish that game.
So he's got Wii Sports Resort, Super Smash Bros.
Smash is cool. Some of the stuff they do in Smash is really cool.
Luigi's Mansion, Metroid games, Paper Mario games.
Like
all the Zelda are the Mario.
Like with
Banjo.
What's it called?
Pokemon Snap.
Snap's pretty good. Oh god, I can't
Katamari.
wait for new Pokemon Snap.
He's got SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Half-Life 2 and Portal. He's got Dark Souls.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Smash. The way they do Smash, like everything is like you have your up down, your side to side, but there's also the in out. So like Mario's down smash. He kicks his feet around him, right? There's hitboxes in the in and out on the Z axis.
Yes, Smash is a 3D game. I was trying to comprehend that.
Yeah,
it almost always doesn't matter, but it sometimes does.
Sometimes.
The website, I'll put it in chat. That is the actual hyperlink. That's what you type into your browser, noclip.website.
It's pretty cool.
And it's entirely run in browser. And the controls are a little wonky. How do I move? But like I've got it running right now. It took just a few minutes to like get it running and like pull up a random galaxy. I'm trying to figure out how to move. I don't know. Oh, you move with WASD.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And arrow keys. I don't know how to rotate. Others up and down.
Q and E maybe?
Yeah, Q and E do up and down. Don't know how to rotate. But yeah, so in addition to all these cool things that you can look at, you can get like right up next to certain things. And then you can go into all the like textures and you can open up individual textures and mess with them and turn them on and off and stuff.
It's pretty cool, honestly.
It's a very neat resource.
Yep. That is pretty. I mean, there's a lot of people who just like to create games in their backyard. I mean, RPG Maker is a big game creator right now. I mean, it's a fairly inexpensive.
And I know at least one streamer who like occasionally he does a lot of Pokemon.
That's how Stardew was created. Was RPG Maker. I want to say quite a few games was created that way.
It started there and then maybe got turned into their own separate thing.
There's probably a bunch. But Stardew absolutely started that way, which is great. Stardew's so good.
Your two new monsters are so much more powerful than your
fucking
main one.
They're kind of nutty.
Yeah, breeding monsters in this game is actually kind of nuts. It's very, very weird how quickly they outpace unbred stuff.
The rest of the game?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. We walked in.
In all fairness, I did make sure you got really good ones, but yeah.
still. +1, +2, and all that stuff like that matters.
Yeah.
Plus eggs matter.
That's what I was talking about. Plus, to get the Slime King, you have to take a +5 slime and breed it with another slime. Then you get a Slime King.
That's still, I mean, still worth.
Which involves, to get the +5, you gotta breed a bunch of slimes.
Still worth it.
Yeah.
We found
But
I can't remember where that hole was, but we found it pretty early. Let's go look.
Yeah. Just look at your map. It'll be there.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, yeah. How many more Breath of the Wild clones are we gonna get?
I mean, we're up to 2 now, right? I don't know.
We're at
It's a good model.
We're at a lot. I mean, look at the indie games that came out.
I mean, open world isn't new, but the idea of the open world
with all of these physic interactions and freedom of this and that.
Yeah, and a more freedom of movement. We're really like there's very few places you can't go. No invisible walls with very few exceptions.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, this is a really good boss. You'll like this one. He also joins you automatically. But it is a bit of a puzzle to get him. But yeah, no. The idea of not only just total freedom of movement, but also like... And I want to say freedom of objective, and some people will be like, well, Skyrim lets you do whatever you want in whatever order you want. And I'm like, well... It doesn't, though. You can't just go beat Alduin right away. You have to do the story. And Breath of the Wild has very small sections that have to be done in order, and also all of those sections are optional.
Yeah, like you can't. You have to go through. You have to become the Dovahkiin, and you have to do all this stuff to learn the stuff and do all that shit.
There's it's like 8 or 9 quests.
There is a set path. Yeah, it feels like a ton because you go and do other shit. There is a set path though before from when you start with in the cart to fighting Alduin.
Yes.
That is
and everything else you do doesn't matter and doesn't impact the story. Like as far as I am aware, the only thing it does is that obviously many of them give you new items and combat options and you learn new skills and yada yada yada. Like that's great. But the do you want a hint?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to? I wonder if I have to mention anything twice. Cool. I got 500 monster gold. Got it.
But yeah, this guy's cool. Thanks, Slime. I don't know if this is a thing in the other games, but I like him.
No.
He's one of my favorites. But yeah, no. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. There are these small on-rails sections where yes, you do have to do things in certain orders. Occasionally
that's like only when you meet certain people. Like
basically each divine beast arc.
Right, yeah, but you have to still go to those arcs. You can fuck off and not go to them.
You can not go to them, and you can just go straight to the end.
Exactly.
And there's the 4 divine beast arcs. There's getting the Master Sword. There is,
which was a fucking chore.
It's not that bad in retrospect. Number one, if you know where it is, it's just getting to the forest is nothing, and then getting through the forest is also easy. But finding it in the first place and just wandering into the forest, that's the challenge. And then there's Kakariko Village and the memories, which I guess they don't technically impact the story.
No, I mean memories kind of do.
Well, they give you the actual
the lore
plot, and the Master Sword. You can beat the game without it, but there's a lot more lore there as well. But the 4 divine beasts directly impact your experience in Ganon's castle, in Hyrule Castle.
Do we take him with us and leave Sky Dragon?
I say so. Sky Dragon's getting outdated.
Yeah.
And you'll probably eventually breed the slime guy. Maybe you're going to go for that Slime King.
I kind of do.
And you can start with this guy, level him up a bunch, breed him into another slime, level that slime up a bunch, and just do that enough times until it's ready to make a
Slime
King.
King. Let's go.
There's also a spot slime king or a spot king. But that one's
Spotted
also-
slimes
that's-
aren't a thing after a while.
Well, there's spotted slimes in this game.
I know, but I'm saying in the other games.
Oh, they
Sure,
dropped
no.
them.
Yeah, there's slimes, there's heal slimes, there's liquid slimes, there's metal slimes, liquid metal slimes, king slimes, metal king slimes, and slime knights and metal slime knights.
Slime Knight, I believe, is in this game. Metal slimes are a thing.
They give you tons of
Liquid
experience.
metal slimes are called metables, but they're there. They're actually one of the hardest ones. They have effectively infinity defense when you first meet them, and they have like 6 health.
Yeah,
Metal
that's-
slimes are it's a little less.
So typically, if my brain is not gonna fail me here, metal slimes are 3 HP, liquid metal slimes are 6 HP, and then metal king slimes I think are 11 HP.
That actually might be approximately correct here. And they are used in some high level slime breeding. Oh, there is a metal king. There's a few different recipes
Okay,
for it.
I was off on metal king slimes. Metal king slimes.
There's
are
also a
15 to
gold
20.
slime, which I've never seen,
Yeah, that's not a thing in the other games.
and it requires you to have a metal king.
But I love it, man. Metal slimes are cool. Metal slimes are, and they're good. The whole thing with metal slimes is they're
called metalies, M-E-T-A-L-Y.
they're your experience.
Yes, they are.
There are lots of experience.
Oh yeah, they are.
It's typically how you
Grind. It's true in this game too.
yeah, it's how you grind in all the like there's eventually a point that like has a better spawn rate for metal slimes. The thing with like the reason like Dragon Quest XI people really liked it is they made it so that it didn't leave getting a metal slime to chance. There's your like super abilities, your tension abilities. I can't remember what they call it in that game. I think it's still tension. But then there's tension combination attacks, basically. So if you have 3 of the same party member in tension, they launch an attack. So what you do is you have these 3 in your party. It makes everybody metal, and then you switch some people out, wait a couple turns, and then you do this like roulette thing that kills them all and gives you tons of experience. And so you can make your own metal monsters that give you more metal experience, so you don't have to sit there and fucking grind for metal king slimes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
The this game, you actually could make a slime knight right now.
A slime knight?
Yeah, you could if you wanted to. He's like a low level. He's like a low tier recipe. He's any slime and any devil.
Damn,
and you get
that
a slime knight.
Fang is level 20 and he weak as balls.
Yeah. Level him up a bit. Like, well, I guess what skills does he have?
I don't know, but he's weak as hell.
Go to skill.
Dang. Well, I guess he has like a bunch of like.
Well, what I was talking about is those skills, and as you get more skills, when you breed monsters, they inherit those. You actually could just make a Fang Slime +1.
Do I just fuse it with any other slime? Oops.
It's Fang Slime is any slime plus
A beast.
one of 2 different monsters. One of which is actually the Mad Cat that you put back in the
Saber cat.
farm today. Saber Cat, yeah. Any slime plus a Saber Cat gives you a Fang Slime.
Any slime plus a saber cat gives me a fang slime, and then a fang slime and a fang slime gives me a fang slime +1.
+1 is just anytime you breed.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then if you breed a +1 and a +1, you get a +3, I think, actually.
That'd be nice.
The pluses, you get 1 plus from the breeding, and then all the other pluses from the parents carry over, I believe.
Okay, so 3 would make sense.
Yeah. Slab it, but you don't have a Skull Brew yet. Slime Borg, but you don't have a Bomb Crag yet.
Beep, my thing's not dying, right? No,
Dead
it
Snowfall.
shouldn't be dying. Okay, good. I was like, what the freak?
I think if you just keep cash, pretty soon you'll start encountering some of the things that you could use
Yeah, we got
to
plenty,
make some other
we got plenty of
slimes.
stuff to do.
But if you want to go for the metal gold slime, I don't know if you're gonna get. But Metal
we
King
beat-
you could very feasibly
We've
do.
beaten both of those. We have to go beat another trial is what we need
Oh
to do.
yeah, go do another tournament. Easy.
Because
You're gonna kill it.
We has to. So while we go do that, what are people in the chat playing right now? What's your game of choice?
I'm
And
gonna
what
go
was
get another
your
drink and keep listening?
what was your game of 2020?
Game of 2020. Man, I guess for me the answer has to be Xenoblade Definitive Edition.
Yeah, I figured that was
I don't
for you.
think I don't think I can do. I don't think I can say anything else. I was for a brief moment I was tempted to say Astral Chain, but that was actually end of 2019.
Yeah,
Um,
that was like this time of, right?
yeah, it was like November. It's been like a year and like 3 months or something like that. Not even 3 months.
I know a lot of people will say Genshin. That game is great. I don't know.
Let me go look at my shelf real fast.
I don't know if that's my game of 2020, but
if I exclude remakes, and so that I can exclude Xenoblade,
Michael seconds Xenoblade Definitive Edition.
it's just it's the single. I've played a fair amount of remakes, and it is easily like it kept everything that made the game amazing. Like they did not bother re-recording voice lines. They didn't change the story at all, but they added quality of life features to make the dull parts of the game less dull, and then they added new content that was good, and they added reasons to engage with the new content with like lots of cosmetic stuff. Like it was just such a good. It is the best facelift that I've ever seen a game get, with the exception of maybe Final Fantasy VII R, because it was a 100% overhaul.
It was 100%. Yeah, that's true. Kitty just reminded me that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was in January of this year. Holy shit! That makes that is a weird time.
I guess my next choice would honestly have to be Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah, that would be a lot of people's.
Like, I've played it almost every single day since it came out. I've missed like 2 or 3 days since March.
I probably have to say Persona 5 Royal. I loved it.
Yeah,
I played it.
If you exclude remakes, that'll be my next question. But Persona 5 Royal is not a bad answer.
That Minecraft game that released this year. Did Dragon Quest Builders 2 release this year? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think it was last year. Oh my god. No, wait. I have to look at the US release. Oh no, it was 2018. Holy shit. Wow. It was 2018? Oh, that hurts me.
I'm trying to think of what all games I even bought this year, because I honestly haven't bought that.
Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons was a lot of fun. I did enjoy Minecraft Dungeons a lot.
Oh, let me go. I may have bought a couple games digitally. Like, obviously 3D All-Stars has been great. That falls under the remake category as well, but like...
Yeah, a lot of remakes this year.
Ain't nothing wrong with 3D All-Stars.
When does Mass Effect come out? When does the Mass Effect trilogy come out?
I believe they said spring. I can't remember if they've given a date.
Spring. Okay. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Let's see here. Because like Three Houses was last year.
Oh yeah, Pokemon was
last year.
Last year. Pokemon was last year. The DLC was this year.
Yes. Origami King was this year.
Calm down. It was not the best design so far. You're in your mind. Sword and Shield had some good designs. It also missed the mark a couple times too.
Yeah, but every gen has. I'd say that Sword and Shield is easily in the top half.
I would agree with that.
Easily.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. That's fine.
And also, honestly...
Better than the Key Ring.
the flaws that the game had were more about the context they came out in, like the day and age.
I guess, sure.
But like in a vacuum, when you compare to other Pokemon games, solid improvement in many, many, many ways.
I guess so, yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's...
And the flaws were very possibly like unforgivable flaws that they really should have no excuse for.
Because that's an argument you can make. Because like we look back at retro games and we look at them being like insanely punishing and not necessarily insanely clear and this and that, and you know we look back on it and we go, hey, you know that was the time of the game. It was just the time that the games come out. That's what had to be done. I guess the argument can be made for Pokemon, but I thought about it and I'm like, no, it can't, because you can look at the year that Pokemon came out in Sword and Shield 2019, and then you look at games like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and all these other fucking games, and you're like,
yeah, like as an improvement over the previous gen, yeah, absolutely.
If you look at it, like you said, if you look at it in the vacuum of just Pokemon the series, sure, it's probably one of the best ones, if not the best.
Probably one of the best player experiences.
Yeah.
The least frustrating moments.
If you look at it in terms of a
most
game,
quality of life improvements.
You look in terms of game in this day and age, it's not great.
Man, Pokemon designs.
It had some good ones. It had some very good ones. The starters were ass.
The starters, in my opinion, were fine. The final evolutions were less good. Scorbunny and Grookey and Sobble are great.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Sobble is the best, to be clear.
Sobble's great, but
I have no problem with Scorbunny. I have, and you know, honestly, Cinderace is fine. Inteleon and Cinderace is probably my favorite of the final forms. I really do not like Rillaboom.
Really? I like Rillaboom.
I really do not like Rillaboom at all.
I like Rillaboom.
Yeah, I just really didn't do anything for me.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go deposit stuff, but all I have is a bunch of herbs, so I really don't need to deposit anything.
Yeah. How much money do you have?
Like 900.
Go buy a Beast Tail. That's a good way to just spend some money.
Do I need to spend money?
Well, it's just the Beast Tail. I don't even think you can lose.
Phalanx is great.
One of my favorite Pokemon.
I do appreciate that they really paid attention and did a good job with their bug Pokemon designs. They had some of the best bug Pokemon ever.
The last couple gens have seemed to shore up the types that didn't get a lot of love. There's a lot of really good poison types now. There's a lot of really good bug types now.
Yep, I'd agree.
There's a lot more diversity in the dragon type.
Like the ladybug that like looked like a fucking supervillain and it had a like ladybug part. It's its brain. Fucking great.
Or beetle, yes.
Great design. Oh my god.
Well, I love the middle evolution because it's called Doppler and it's a Doppler radar dome.
It's a Doppler radar dome.
Brilliant.
It's very
Dreepy
good.
And Dragapult, yeah, Dreepy is great.
Yeah. Dragapult is an amazing dragon. I love him.
Oh yeah. Dragon Ghost, such a cool combo.
Yeah, only followed by Giratina, which is a legendary.
Yep,
or
I think
mythical,
so.
or whatever you want to fucking call it.
Nope, legendary. Mythical's Mew, Celebi, Jirachi.
Well, yeah.
Technically, some of the weirder ones now. They've made the Mythicals not all little fairies, but like whatever.
I know.
So Rude and Zeraora are Mythicals too.
Manaphy, Phenone, Darkrai, Shaman, and Arceus are all mystic.
Yes. Manaphy and Phione in particular are such a neat idea, and I love them. But boy, they are not
good.
Phione is very bad. I would actually like to do.
But you know what is good?
I would actually like to play with Phione as like a starting Pokemon.
You know what is good? Darkrai. Darkrai's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I have one in Pokemon Go.
What a good fucking design of a Pokemon. That thing's cool as hell. Mew and Celebi, meh.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi.
I like Mew because Mew,
Very similar aesthetic.
like
I like
Mew,
him. I
is
got no problem.
nostalgic. That's why I like Mew, but that's really his only the saving grace.
Oh, the Galarian.
We'll get to
birds.
this. We'll get to this.
Those are very, very good.
We'll get to this. I like Mew. I don't care for Celebi. I like Jirachi a lot. I think Jirachi's aesthetic is fantastic.
I love Jirachi.
I think Jirachi's probably one of my favorite.
That's actually very high nostalgia for me because I never had a Mew. I never had a Celebi, but I did have a Jirachi because I bought Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah, Jirachi is awesome. Deoxys is super cool. The first Pokemon you could like change its forms and stuff. Like that was awesome. Deoxys is great.
They also gave that in the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. You can just get Deoxys, which is
yes,
cool.
it's awesome.
That was a huge improvement.
It's so cool. And you can soft reset for a shiny Latios or Latios, which is great. Which is what I'm still
soft reset. Well, I mean,
what
Sword
I'm
and
still
Shield,
doing in that game. Fuck.
Sword and Shield, you can
just do the raids.
Reset for I haven't found a single shiny, which by my math, I am very late. I should have found at least one by now.
Yeah.
Not even a legendary, just literally any shiny.
So then
I found one wandering around, but I didn't find one in a raid. I got a shiny Sharpedo.
Manaphy, Fion, whatever, don't care. Meh.
Manaphy I had because I had Pokemon Ranger, which is how you got it.
Darkrai, really cool.
Great. Never had it though.
Darkrai's really cool.
I didn't go to any of these Pokemon giveaway events until like college.
Shaman, I don't care.
It's fine. I like Landform Shaman. Or Skyform.
The one that turns into a deer and has wings and his feet and his ears. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I like the deer aesthetic. It's good.
Arceus is cool and shitty at the same time.
Kitty, I'm gonna need you to tone that language down because I spent so long getting my shiny Dreepy. It was painful and
time consuming.
It was.
Was it Charmander all over again? Charmander was bad.
That bad. I don't think it was that bad.
Charmander was bad.
I've bred exactly.
Also,
two
Kitty,
shinies.
if you want to hand me one of those shiny Dreepies, I would love you forever.
I personally have bred 2 shinies for myself.
For legal reasons, I did not purchase third-party software to egg hatch for me. Oh my god.
I bred a shiny Dreepy. I bred a shiny Shuckle. My husband bred for me a shiny Halucha as payback because way back when I bred for him for his birthday one year. I got him a shiny Gorgeist or a shiny Pumpkaboo.
I thought it was
Gardevoir. I also think
Gardevoir.
I may have traded for that one.
I thought it was Gardevoir.
I may have traded for that one, but I specifically remember breeding him a Pumpkaboo because I was ecstatic to find out after I hatched it that it was an XL one.
It's great.
They have different stats.
It's white, right?
No, it's purple and black.
Purple. It's purple. White is the tree.
Yes, it becomes a birch tree.
Yes.
Tree banana. But yeah, and then I bred. He got me a shiny Halucha finally because that's my favorite Pokemon. And
anyway.
have you seen Halucha's shiny?
No.
Dude, go look it up right now. It's so good.
Oh, that's
it's
fantastic.
badass. It's really good.
That's really good. That's better than it's way better than the original color.
Mine is nicknamed Blood Falcon because it's a luchador name. I tried to do something in Spanish, but I couldn't make it work. Not enough characters.
Anyway, so Arceus.
I think I got Jaden a shiny Mimikyu on our honeymoon too.
Arceus is neat, like, and to be able to like hold a plate and be any type, but like his design is so basic.
Well, that's why I like Type Null.
Yeah.
Type Null counts as a goddamn legendary for some reason. He should not. He should not.
In terms of stats, or he is just a legendary?
Official classification. He is a legendary Pokemon.
Is this like Growlithe? Or sorry, like Arcanine?
No, I mean literally on all the lists.
Holy
and
shit.
I don't know why, because it evolves into Silvally. And I think the only reason is because it has very good stats, it cannot breed, and it can only be obtained through special means. Did you beat a tournament while I wasn't paying attention?
Yeah, we destroyed it.
You really? Oh, while I was making a drink.
We annihilated it.
You must have, because I didn't even see. Did you buy the beast tail?
Yeah.
You did.
Mhm.
Okay. The beast tail now, when you open your map, will point you towards the hole.
Giggity.
Mhm.
Anyway.
That said, is an absolute direction. Well, it's one of 8 cardinal directions or whatever. The 4 plus the middles. It does not point. It's not pathfinding, so it can point you straight over here. But if there's a gap and you have to go all the way around, you got to go all the way around, and it does not help you with that part.
That's
but
annoying.
it can at least point you to like, oh, it's right below me, or like it's I need to go down, not up, that sort of thing.
All right, so Victini. Victini's cool.
I love Victini. I love Victini.
I like Victini's design. It just seems like a legendary Pikachu in a sense. But
so they put it in Pokemon Go, and
it's
I
still
saved
cool.
for like over a year to make my Victini in Pokemon Go stupid powerful.
I like it though. I think it's a cool Pokemon.
Like, you haven't played Pokemon Go in a while, but I saved over 150 rare candies so that I could teach it a third move and also level it up a shit ton. I love Victini. It's really good. And you know why I did it? Because I had one in black and white. I went to a giveaway, I got a Victini, and I think I reset, and I assumed that I would never need it again. I was like, whatever. They're Pokemon. They're not real. I'm never going to want to transfer this forward. And I got rid of it, I think. I don't know, but I know for a fact it's on none of the games that I have, and it's not in Pokemon Home. I checked in Pokemon Home multiple times. I do not have the Victini anymore, and I do not know where it went.
Big F.
And yeah, big F. I was very mad that I did that.
Keldeo sucks. We can all agree Keldeo sucks.
Keldeo is naturally obtainable in the Crown Tundra DLC. You can just get it.
Keldeo sucks.
He's fine. I don't have any beef with him.
He's a fucking stupid unicorn horse guy.
I love Cobalion. And Terrakion is cool.
Cobalion's the
and
blue
Virizian's
one?
fine. Yes.
Virizian's green, and then...
Virizian's fine. I have no beef with its
brown
design.
one.
It's not my thing.
I didn't like the 3 legendary goat things.
Maybe it's because the deer aesthetic again.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
But like, I think Cobalion's cool. I love the fighting steel type. That's not super common, though I guess Lucario.
What about Meloetta?
Oh, Kitty, no. Those 2 horses are different horses. They're fine. I'm actually waiting on... I have a coworker who's playing the Crown Tundra DLC, and I need him to make different decisions about 2 legendaries and then trade them to me. But they do look good. Spectrier is the one I picked, and he's really cool, but Glastrier is really cool too.
Anyway. Mythical. Meloetta. Lovely. I don't really care for Meloetta. I think
it's fine. But it's got a psychic fighting form. That's cool. Yeah. I like that form more.
Yeah. Genesect is cool though. Let's agree on that.
I have a shiny Genesect in Pokemon Go.
Genesect's awesome. He's a giant bug with a big ass cannon on his back. How cool is that?
Genesect is great.
Genesect
if you're gonna make a
so cool.
Pokemon, Genesect is good.
Diancie.
I mean, fine, but I like Carbink more.
I like Carbink. Carbink's cool.
I tried to use one. I was very bummed to find out Carbink didn't evolve, but I have since gotten over my issue that I had with non-evolving Pokemon. I like Pokemon that evolve, and certainly when I'm playing the game, but I have come around to start liking Pokemon that do not evolve more. They deserve more love than they get.
Hoopa.
And Carbink is great. Who? Hoopa?
Yeah, I agree. And then Volcanion is also neat.
Fire Water, finally, but like, could have done that sooner.
Neat idea, but execution.
Also never distributed. Literally never distributed legally in its own generation. Only later.
Yep.
Just stupid.
Yup.
Meltan should count as mythical as well.
That is not in this list.
Okay, maybe he counts as legendary. Or maybe he doesn't count.
Magerna, which is the Steel Fairy.
Magerna, also don't care.
I actually like her. I think she's cool.
It's fine. I mean, I guess it's fine.
I don't like fairy types, but I think she's cool.
I think fairy type's great.
Fairy type's ass.
No, fairy type's interesting.
Here's the one everybody loves is Marshadow.
I thought you were going to say Zeraora, but that's a different crowd.
That's next.
Marshadow's cool. I I feel like I missed Marshadow. I wasn't paying attention.
I
Pokemon
missed
news.
Marshadow entirely, and so I don't really care for this.
I didn't. It's ghost fighting. That's cool.
That is cool. I agree with that. But it's pretty sweet.
Like that's. I want another ghost fighting type now.
And then of course, the lovely furry mascot.
Yeah.
Zeraora. Zerazora? It's not Zerazora, it's Zeraora, right?
Zeraora.
Zeraora. It's 2? Zeraora.
Yeah.
I don't care. Whatever. Bigger, Shocky, or Pikachu?
He's electric. Is he anything else, or is he just pure electric?
He's pure electric.
Fine.
Yeah. Meh. What about Meltan, Melmetal, though?
Melmetal's fine, I guess.
Melmetal sucks, but Meltan is adorable.
Meltan is adorable, and he was in the show, and he got a lot of characterization.
He's great.
Ash had one for a long time.
Okay.
Zarude?
Yeah.
Do not like.
Ugh.
The design is interesting and unique.
Dark grass monkey thing?
I do not like it as a mythical.
Ugh.
I like it as a design, but I think it very well could have been just like a Pokemon.
Ugh.
Like, you could have just made him a little smaller. Like, literally just make him smaller, and you could have just had him be a random Pokemon. He does not come off as legendary or mythical to me at all.
Okay, so let's...
He's just a monkey.
Because we're on this, and this is really good content, so we're going to keep going in this. This is great.
Yes. You could also play the game we're playing and scroll, but, like, go for it.
And this is fun. I'm having a good time. So, Gen 1. Legendary birds. Which one's your favorite? Moltres, Zapdos, or Articuno? Zapdos? Absolutely. Zapdos is the correct answer.
Articuno, Moltres.
Ooh, Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno.
Moltres just doesn't do anything for me.
He's a phoenix. He's cool.
Yeah, so are all the other phoenixes. Like, that's unique. I mean, come on. It's a phoenix.
All right, look, fair. All right.
Everywhere.
Fair.
Articuno and Zapdos are at least unique.
That's all right. Fair. You got it. I love Zapdos. I love Zapdos. He's just cool.
Galarian Zapdos. So good.
Yes, I agree. And I really want that Pokemon. And I think the only way I'm going to be able to get it is to get the DLC. And I don't want to get the DLC, so I need to find someone who's generous enough to get me a fucking Chocobo.
But to be clear, the DLC is far more enjoyable than base Sword and Shield. It is a fun time. Crown Tundra was a blast.
We'll see.
I actually technically still haven't finished it because I never did the Star Tournament stuff.
We'll see. I still haven't caught the Legendary in my game, just because I beat the Elite Four and then I was done.
You beat the... Yeah, because you have to go back to like the beginning or whatever. You have to go...
All right. Everyone's nostalgic favorite, Mewtwo. Mewtwo's great.
He's great. I got a problem with Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's great. He's nostalgic. He's cool. He has a neat design. The movie was good. Great. Mewtwo's great. The fun question is, which legendary beast or dog?
Beast. I say beast now.
I used to say dog. I've changed to beast.
Well, the problem is Raikou is very clearly a cat.
Oh, you say Raikou. Interesting.
I used to say Raikou.
I say Raikou.
I think that's wrong, and at some point I made a conscious choice.
I'm gonna fucking say Raikou. I don't give a shit.
But Raikou.
And yes, he is absolutely a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, he's very obviously not a dog.
Yeah.
Like, very clearly.
Yeah.
And Suicune, I would absolutely classify as much closer to dog than cat.
Right, I would too. And then Entei is kind of like lion.
He's right in the middle.
Yeah, he's like lion dog thing. He's kind of strange.
Yeah, he like has kind of a lion head, but then he's got fangs, but then he's got like he has like dog legs. He has big, sturdy, stiff legs that are long. Not
big, sturdy, stiff legs, baby.
Well, like,
let's go.
But like lions are shorter.
True.
And cheetahs have the ankle joint, the really weird cat legs and Entei doesn't have that.
True.
He's got very stiff pillar
But in
legs.
the movie, he's really kind of cat-like-ish.
Yeah. Oh, fun Easter egg in Crown Tundra and in Isle of Armor. Pokemon will follow behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Suicune will follow you running even when you're on the water.
That's pretty great. That's pretty
run
cool.
on the water.
That's pretty cool.
Like, a lot of Pokemon will follow you. Anything will follow you on the ground. Like, water Pokemon will just fly behind you because
Alright.
whatever.
So of the three, which one?
Raikou last.
Interesting.
Suicune and Entei are ties for me.
Really?
Entei was good, especially in the movie. Suicune was good, especially in Crystal.
Crystals? Yeah.
I think Suicune is a more interesting design, more unique and interesting, with the big crystal on its head and the sweepy thingies.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's great. I think that's great.
Suicune's my least favorite.
No, Raikou just doesn't do anything interesting for me.
They
even have like a special event Raikou from.
It goes Suicune, Raikou, Entei. I really liked Entei as a kid, and then the movie came out.
He was in Pokemon
the third
3
movie.
ever, whatever.
The third movie. I think it's just called the third movie.
No,
I have it.
Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon
2000.
Pokemon.
Oh, it's like Pokemon 3, Unknown or whatever.
And then Pokemon Forever.
Yeah, what's it called? Pokemon 3. Oh, it's just Pokemon 3. Pokemon 3, the movie, Entei, the Spell Unknown. Spell of the Unknown.
Okay, sure.
That's it. That's the fucking movie title.
The only reason that movie was good was because Charizard came back. Let's be clear.
True. I really liked Entei before that movie came out.
I remember a big tower with Entei.
Yep.
And I remember Charizard coming back, and that's it.
Yep. And as Kitty says, the little girl calls Entei Papa the whole time, and it's a little strange.
I did not remember that at all.
Yeah, she does. We watched it recently. It's a little weird.
Side note, I saw Detective Pikachu brought up. Detective Pikachu, 10 out of 10.
That movie's great.
That movie's great.
That movie's good, man. That movie's so good.
Dubstep Loudred is still my favorite goddamn Pokemon media.
Ludicolo!
No,
fucking Ludicolo.
Dubstep Loudred needs to be in the Macy's Day Parade below the Pikachu float.
That would be.
It should be Dubstep Loudred's playing dubstep.
That would be baller. Holy shit.
I'm just saying, literally the single best thing in that movie.
I agree.
Also, they definitely represented some Pokemon that I would not have thought of would get represented.
Okay.
Detective Pikachu.
We're moving on.
We could talk about that more. Yeah.
The big two.
We'll only move on if you take one step into that damn portal.
Fuck. All right. Fine.
Save first.
That's good. The big two of the game. Ho-Oh or Lugia?
Lugia.
Lugia.
Not even a question.
Not even a competition.
Like honestly, even if I didn't care about Pokemon 2000 and had never seen it, I would still like.
Oh god, it's so good to start not the harmony of fire, ice, or lightning. Fuck.
To be clear, still have a framed movie poster that I got in the year 2000 on my wall downstairs right now, and it will go when we move into our new home and have where I'm gonna get glass frames for that thing and hang it up nice.
Lugia is just a cooler design. Ho-Oh's cool. Again,
great.
Rainbow Phoenix bird thing. Neat. Lugia is just better.
Yeah, Lugia is just more interesting.
Lugia is just better.
That said, Mythical Fire is cooler than Aeroblast.
Ooh. That's a good point.
Mythical Fire is very cool.
That's a good point.
Twin Tower is also better than the Whirl Islands. Whirl Islands were a pain in the ass.
But can we... Oh, yeah, they were.
I love the aesthetic of the towers.
Can we talk about how annoying Lugia's typing is, though?
Psychic flying?
Yeah.
And not water?
When the movie is like, it lives underwater, where it can learn Whirlpool. It's in the Whirlpool Islands. It can learn
By the way, I'm
water
going to look
moves.
up this list so you can play this damn game.
I'm right here. I already got it.
No, I got it now too, bitch. Internet's fast.
I got it now too, bitch.
You play the damn game. That's your job.
Oh my god. Gale of Darkness again. That's true.
I am currently watching the YouTuber Picaspri, who does those RPG Maker things, do his 6. He's the guy that did the 6 Smeargle challenge, right? And he started in Pokemon Crystal, beating the game with 6 Smeargles.
Smeargle.
and then he did it again in Pokemon Fire Red, I believe. He is currently doing a 6 Smeargle challenge in Pokemon Coliseum.
Oof.
It is
That's rough.
nuts because it's all double battles.
That's rough.
The only thing he did was because you start the game with you start with Espeon and Umbreon at level like 25. He did the person that modded the game for him put all his Smeargles at level 25 instead of like level 5 or whatever.
That's pretty nice, at least.
But boy, I also forgot how brutal that game does not have a smooth difficulty curve.
No, it does not.
Walls in that game.
Fucking destroys you. It lets you know that you are a little bitch.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, Lugia is definitely better. I just wish its typing was better because it's kind of strange.
Yeah, but I don't want another Psychic Water either. I just wish it wasn't Psychic.
I wish it was Water Flying.
I don't wish it was Water Flying at all, though.
Oh, that's true, though.
I do not
dies. It dies quick.
Water Flying is bad.
Psychic. Psychic Water is fine. Back then, Psychic Water was fine.
Psychic Water would have only had to compete with Slowking, Slowbro.
Right. So Psychic Water was fine back then.
I always forget that Golduck is not goddamn Psychic type.
It's just water, but it can learn Confusion and Psychic.
Well,
yeah,
it can learn Psychic moves. And Psyduck is also not Psychic.
Correct.
Anyways, okay. Moving on.
The Titans.
We've got the Titans, yes.
Mm-hmm. The Titans. I don't like any of their designs. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I like their designs, and I think they absolutely reasonably qualify as legendaries.
Yeah, they're very.
They radiate the like legendary Pokemon design. Like they definitely the consistent aesthetic, and they definitely look not like other Pokemon. There's something about them that looks not like other Pokemon.
But of the favorite, I'd probably pick Ice.
Oh, that said, actually, so jumping ahead to Sword and Shield because they added Regieleki and Regidrago.
See, this is why I drove. This.
Regieleki is actually great. So,
Reggie's actually good?
Well, here's what. So Regieleki is actually now the fastest Pokemon. It's faster than Electrode. So, Regice. Ice.
Special defense.
Registeel. Registeel. Steel. Regirock. Regidrago. Regieleki. So you've seen the design, right? He's got these like electric-y, bolty arms, right? And a big ball in the middle.
Yes.
And he's got these two little lightning bolt for feet.
Yes.
And his idle animation is he hops back and forth on his lightning bolt feet.
Oh my god!
And
they took the Rotom a little too far.
It's so good.
Right,
he's like such a good design. Regieleki is great. He is very easily the best Reggie. Both that he's now the fastest Pokemon, so he has an actual use. But yeah, Regieleki is actually really cool. And yeah, bad shiny, unfortunately, but otherwise really good.
Really?
It's shiny. It's like, so he has these like blue bands at like sort of elbow junctures or whatever. The bands are just white. That's it.
Oh, that's dumb.
It's probably a very slightly different yellow, but like not noticeable. Regidrago's also kind of an shiny.
All right, let's take a look at this bouncing animation.
Yeah, just look up Regieleki idle animation is probably. That said, good luck spelling Regieleki.
I already did it. It's fine. Yeah, it just hops up and down. It's like a little girl holding her hands out, and she's just like hopping.
Yeah, it's just so cute. Like they made it cute for some reason, which is really weird.
Yeah, that's odd, but all right.
It's great. I like it. It's so fun.
Out of
all the other Reggies,
original Legendary Titans of the Reggies, Ice is the coolest out of those three.
I kind of all tied for me. They all have their own.
I all think they're ass, honestly.
Their designs are good,
but Ice is the coolest one.
The Braille puzzle was neat for the day and age.
Yeah, and you had to get the specific Pokemon.
Yes. They actually made a point in the new game, in the Crown Tundra, you have to get them all before you can get Regieleki or Regidrago. You have to pick one, which is frustrating. They have more puzzles. One of them I did not know how to do. Also, make sure you heal that poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reggie. One of the puzzles I genuinely did not know how to solve, which was really frustrating. Oh, you don't have.
Nope. Sorry.
Pick up the leaves. The leaves can be antidotes. But yeah, no. All the Reggies are fine, but they made sure they each had puzzles. One of them was like, the one I didn't get. Well, I guess mild spoilers, I suppose. Actually, give your poisoned Pokemon a beef jerky, just for shits and giggles. That, I don't think it cures poison, but like, you're not going to use a beef jerky.
Nope. Yep.
Still poison? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
It was worth a shot. But yeah, no. One of them, they all had different unique puzzles, which was fine. Okay, let's move on to the Eon duo, Latios.
Latios all the way.
I used to like Latios. I now like Latios.
Latios is the correct choice. Number one,
I really like Blue.
She's
Blue
adorable.
is great.
Number two, the movie, she's even more adorable. And number three, she's adorable.
Yeah, Latios. I do like Latios.
Also, her shiny.
They are both very top tier. I really like them both.
Her shiny is great.
They're both good.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we do the weather trio.
This
Rayquaza,
is
Groudon,
easy.
Kyogre.
This is.
Yeah, Rayquaza is obvious.
Rayquaza is the best one.
Groudon, Kyogre. Tie.
I'm partial to Kyogre just because that's the game I played, but they're both.
Groudon gets the cool factor.
True.
Kyogre gets the like
useful factor.
Well, he's just like he's recognizable as a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I like giant cool whale with flippers thing. Like, that's really cool.
Oh, so Wailord got it.
But with flippers, like
True.
big ones.
Yeah, that's true. But Rayquaza is the obvious choice.
Yeah, Rayquaza is very, 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 very good.
It's so good. Best Pokemon in the game. Fight me.
That said, Rayquaza is also the only one with a good shiny. Kyogre's is fine. Groudon's is fine.
Groudon's is yellow and it's disgusting. Kyogre's is pink and it's incredible.
It's purple and Groudon's is like gold, but it's still
shit colored. it's not good.
It is not ideal. That said,
I was pretty sure Kyogre's was like pink.
Sapphire. I would call it's like a light purple. It's not like a deep purple. It's not like grape colored. It's like a magenta. I'd call it purple before I'd call it pink.
Where's the shiny in this fucking... I don't know. That's kind of pink to me. Maybe I'm colorblind.
It's a light purple, but I would call it purple before I'd call it pink.
All right. Okay. Anyway,
then
I like that. I like that shiny. Yeah, Deoxys. I mean,
form.
You could do Deoxys versus Jirachi, I guess, because they're kind of like the counterbalance of each other. I was gonna
say you could do Deoxys normal.
But those aren't legendaries. Those are mythicals, and we've already talked about them. We're talking about legendaries.
Yeah, okay.
So next
the
on the
Lake
list,
Guardians.
Ass, all of them.
I wish that the original game had communicated how small they were.
All of them. They're terrible.
I actually like them more when I realized that they are like this big.
Yeah, they're small. They're pocket-sized.
And in the original game, because it was just a sprite, and every sprite was the same size, you did not know that.
You did not know.
And I like them more knowing that they are teeny tiny.
They're still like little Mew clones, basically.
Yeah, what I do not like is that they are all the same.
Yeah, they're all the fucking same.
Would have liked more variation for sure. Azelf's pretty cool. Each of them on their own is fine.
Don't you read the Pokedex? No, I don't.
each of them on their own is fine, but as a trio, I do not like that they are also similar.
Yeah.
Ice Air, oh yeah, now you're getting to the real shit. Creation Trio, probably my least favorite title legendaries.
Yeah. I mean, you got space, time, and dimension.
Thematically cool.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Mm.
typings also neat. Water Dragon, Field Dragon, Ghost Dragon.
Right.
Great. Love it.
Yeah. I agree. Their
Design,
typing is really cool.
They don't do a lot for me.
They're okay.
Dialga is a dinosaur, and dinosaurs are awesome.
Dialga
Palkia is also a dinosaur.
Dialga's the best one.
Yeah, Giratina's cool. Origin Form's cool. But you don't see Origin Form very much.
I guess. Dialga's the best. I mean, like you said, dinosaur, really cool. Palkia, I would actually take
a dinosaur, but not quite for some reason.
I would take Giratina over Palkia.
I probably agree with you. I'm just saying that
yeah.
it
is kind of like Dino-ish, you know.
Dinosaur, but Palkia is somehow doesn't tick the dinosaur.
Gen 4 remake win. Please no, because those games were not
No, honestly,
good.
They deserve a remake to make them better.
All right. If they make them better, then sure, because they are not good.
They're fine.
They're a Pokemon game.
Okay. Cresselia, Darkrai, Heatran. I guess I say Darkrai even though he's a mythical, but he's very obviously the counterpart to Cresselia.
Cresselia is beautiful. Cresselia is such a cool, pretty design and aspect. And then you see the execution and you're like,
The head. I do not like the head.
The moon?
Yeah.
Dude, it's Sailor Moon's Pokemon. Come on now.
Celia's fine.
I personally like Cresselia.
Gen 4's also had a bunch of legendaries, and Cresselia was bottom tier for me. So yeah, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Cresselia, Heatran.
I don't really care.
Regigiga.
Heatran's okay.
He was fine. He just didn't need to exist.
Yeah, I don't like him personally. I would prefer Cresselia
I think
over Heatran.
He's a really reasonable design, but he so did not need to exist.
And then we have big thick boy, big old chunky boy.
Ooh, avoid that dirt, especially with your poison.
Well, I mean, I can't.
Oh no, you can't. I was delayed slightly, but dirt's only 2 health, so it's not bad.
Yeah, we're getting fucked up in here. Might have to warp wing out. Honestly.
You probably don't.
I'm running out of herbs.
Check what's the you need to just be using your beast tail instead of just randomly exploring. You just go to your map and just beeline to each hole. Yeah, your 2 good monsters are very, very good and should be able to handle whatever it throws at you. But if you open up your map, it should just point you in the direction of it just open your map instead of actually using the item.
I got it.
Well, okay, fair. But if you just open your map, it'll show you that same arrow icon without actually having to use the item.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. And you're only halfway through. Oof.
Found a tiny metal.
Is it a tiny metal?
Yep.
Ooh, yeah,
we might warp.
It may be wise to warp wing out if you don't find.
We might warp wing out.
That said, you're gonna get this dungeon just has a lot of poison. You're probably just gonna have to deal with it no matter when. I would get a little further in, but then you can just restart it.
Fuck, Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, Regigigas Chunky Boy.
Great. Great twist on the Reggie design. Love it.
Thematically is really cool. His design.
Slow start is neat, but it is also very bad.
Yeah, he's not a good Pokemon.
They need to fix slow start. I've seen a lot of stuff that's slow start needs. It was funny, haha, but it needs to go away.
Yeah, it does, because he's useless. Absolutely useless. But yeah, he's neat. I didn't care for him at first. He had to grow on me a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Gen 5. Okay, Gen 5. 9 legendary Pokemon.
Oh my god, we're in this for the long haul.
Well, because it has 3 trios.
Yes. The nature trio, the justice trio, and then the dragons?
Tau trio.
Yeah, the dragons.
They're called the Tau trio, yeah, because it's like yin and yang. Swords of Justice, we've already talked about briefly. Cobalion, I like. Cobalion, really like. Terrakion, like. Virizion, no beef.
I don't really care for Virizion.
It's fine. It's my least favorite, but like I don't think it's a bad design.
Terrakion, Cobalion, Virizion.
Sure. Oh, you can buy antidotes here. And save. Yeah, other than that, like, I like the idea of a fighting type trio. Fighting type is a little underutilized in the legendary space, so that was fine.
It's utilized everywhere else.
Yeah, but legendaries we didn't have very many of.
True. That's true.
You could also buy spare antidotes.
I'm going to.
Okay. Forces of nature.
I mean, the
Do not like.
I hate them.
They are just men.
I hate them. I think they're stupid.
Thunderous, for whatever reason, is kind of okay for me.
Even if you take out like how
men.
OP they are, they're terrible. They're just terrible designs in general. Why is this squeaking? This is starting to piss me off.
But like, Thunderous, something about the color palette and the electricity, it, for whatever reason, Thunderous doesn't bug me that much. Landorus and Tornadus very much bug me, and I don't know why. I do not know why. Maybe it's because when I played the games, I found Thunderous first, and so I was like, "Ooh, this is kind of cool," but then I found the other two and was like, "Oh." So maybe it's just that. But no, in general, easily the worst legendaries by design. I struggle to think of worse designed legendaries.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean,
like they could have done the like beast in a cloud thing. Wind Waker had Cyclos and whatever, where they were frogs, right? Like they could have literally done the exact same idea of like beast sitting in a cloud that controls this element, but just not made them fucking people.
It's
like,
true. It's true. Yeah, I agree.
They could have just made them not people, and it would have been fine. Would have been significantly better if they did that. So I'm going to move on. Tau Trio grew on me, for sure.
Yeah, it took a while.
Zekrom I like.
I like Zekrom a lot. I don't care for Reshiram at all.
Reshiram's fine. I don't really like it's the wispy fire thing, which I get, I guess, but like not really, didn't really do much for me.
I really like Zekrom. I think Zekrom's really cool. After
and the typing Dragon Electric. Ooh, yeah, great.
Love it. It's so good. We only have one other Dragon Electric now, and it's from the new version, the new game.
Yes. Kyurem.
Kyurem's cool.
Very geometric. Lots of sharp edges.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to parse with the eyes. But Ice Dragon, very cool in general.
Yeah, Ice Dragon's super cool.
Yeah, and the fusing thing is neat.
And also, though, I mean, if you look at Kyurem, he looks like a dragon. Like you look at him, you're like, that's a fucking dragon.
Yes.
So I
agree. I like quadruped dragons.
Yeah, he was great. I think he was great. Zekrom's thing is he's bipedal, so he stands up and he has his little tiny arms. Whatever. But he's still cooler than Reshiram.
Yeah, I agree. Gen 6 only added Xerneas, Veltal, Zygarde. Yeah, that's it. That's it. They took a lesson. Xerneas, love it.
I love Xerneas, and he got nothing. Oh wait, no, sorry. Not Xerneas, Zygarde. I love Zygarde, and he got nothing until later on. And Sun and Moon, and it was forgotten about. So
I still liked Zygarde as Zygarde, but I
Zygarde's
also
great. He's so
it
cool.
was very obvious they were going to make a Z version. It was very obvious they were going to make a Z version.
And then they just didn't. Yeah,
And
he's ground dragon, and it's awesome.
Very cool. Also, I learned this while watching. I'm watching a Let's Play of Pokemon X by a streamer I like.
His 50% form is so cool. I don't care for his 10%. His complete. I like
the dog form.
Yeah, dog form is okay. I
So
prefer.
I like the dog form. I don't like the human form.
I prefer Snaky Dragon Boy as he was supposed to be.
So I actually learned about what their reference is. Like what they're a reference to.
Really?
Is it's life and death. So Xerneas represents Yggdrasil.
Oh, it's a tree.
It's the tree of life.
It's the tree. That makes sense.
And
That's really cool.
And
Yveltal?
Yveltal is. Let me look it up on Bulbapedia real fast to make sure I quote the name right.
But of the two legendaries, I prefer Yveltal over Xerneas.
I like Xerneas more. Yveltal is fine, but Dark Flying underwhelmed me.
I don't really care about the typing. He just looks badass.
Yveltal is a reference to Presvelger, which is an eagle / raven. Presvelger is an eagle that sits at the end of the world and flies around. Or, sorry, there's a few things it could be. Vetherfolnir? Vetherfolnir
Gesundheit.
is an eagle that sits on the world tree. And he's kind of like a crow or a vulture. He's like a god of death. If Yggdrasil is the tree of life, then the eagle that sits on the tree represents death.
So
and it flies around the tree of life.
What does Zygarde represent? The Earth?
Jormungandr.
Oh, the fucking
The
disaster.
snake that encircles the world.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I really prefer Zygarde's original form. Like
I agree.
Snaky
form
Boy.
is very
Snaky
good.
Boy is so good. Ugh.
It says it's either Jormungandr, a sea serpent that encircles the earth, and Nidhogg, which I guess would be Nidhogg, which is a thing.
Mhm.
And Nidhogg, I guess, is actually a dragon that gnaws at the root of Yggdrasil. So it's actually probably more that than Jormungandr, frankly.
That's probably true.
The thing I saw was a reference. The person said it was Jormungandr, which I do buy because it's a snake. But if we're going with the Yggdrasil thing, it's probably Nidhogg, which is probably Nidhogg, if I'm pronouncing that right. Fire Emblem Heroes made me learn how to pronounce some Norse letters. Fire Emblem Heroes was has so much Norse shit in it that I had to learn.
I guess
some
the
shit.
fucking hole's right here, so that's where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you will find.
It's a Haxorus!
Is this Battle Rex? It's Battle Rex!
Yeah, it's a Haxorus.
Battle Rex is great.
Oh shit. You can fight the little babies.
Yes, and you should try to. Oh wait, no, there's Dragon Kids. Never mind, you have one of those. Okay.
Do I fight all of
Gen
these?
7. I do think you have to kill all its babies before you can fight it.
Fuck. Alright, that's fine.
Gen 7, you got Type Null and Silvally.
So,
Top tier, some of my favorite Pokemon ever.
are you serious? At a Sun and Moon? Or just Type Null?
Type Null.
Okay.
Type Null and Silvally, I freaking love.
I like Silvally. I don't care for Type Null.
Type Null, I love the weird ass amalgamation that it is. Also,
it is weird. I'll give you that.
Silvally because I've been using it in the DLC for Sword and Shield because you can get one.
Yeah.
It changes color based on the plate it's holding or the memory, not the plate.
Mm-hmm.
And
because it's like an artificial Arceus, right?
Right. It's literally so. This is where I learned that Arceus is actually probably supposed to be pronounced Arceus.
That makes sense.
And because Silvally's and Type Null's ability is called the RKS system.
Arc system.
RKS, so Arceus system. Anyways, the
like
memories change the color, and actually, I've been using mostly Fairy type Silvally. Fairy type Silvally looks really good.
What?
So if you remember how Silvally looks like, or if you've got the page up, it's got the like 3 things that come out the back of its head, the feathers.
Yeah.
And then it's got the like fishtail. And the membrane of the fishtail and the 3 feathers from the back of the head change color based on the memory. And Fairy type Silvally, I actually quite like. Dark is also good.
It just changes its color, which is pretty cool. Its shiny is yellow, which is terrible.
They have never, to my knowledge, those have never been given out as I don't think there's an authentic way to get them.
No, there's not, but people know it exists and it's not good.
Yeah. I suppose based on looking at the picture, Bug Silvally looks okay. Dragon looks really good because it uses that teal color, and I'm a sucker for teal.
All right.
But yeah, Fairy I like because it's not like bright pink. It's very like a faded light pink.
I hate Fairy type.
No, I know, but like it's just the one I use. I really like it.
All right, the deities, the totems.
I think they're cool. I think they're such a weird, cool twist. I like the idea of I like Pokemon based on inanimate objects, and so being based on totems is really cool. I think they're really neat.
I did not notice these things were whipping my ass.
Oh. The Dragon Kids are? You're in the final place.
They're strong as fuck.
Did you buy a World Leaf?
No.
Oh. I mean, Fang is your worst monster by far.
It almost killed my other ones.
Oh, you saved not that long ago. So just heal your 2. You can probably beat Battle Rex. You're probably fine.
Holy shit. I did not expect them to, like, just fucking annihilate
I
me.
agree. For the fight against... Wait, Elf Water. What's Elf Water?
Restores max MP. I don't care about that.
Is that what it is? Okay. For your fight against Battle Rex, you probably should specify your attacks.
Fuck.
Well, finish fighting the Dragon King.
I gotta fight 2 more of them!
Use your skill, like, use your commands and do specific commands.
Fuck that.
No, but, like, the totems, I like the idea of them being based on inanimate objects. I like that it's a totally different culture for them to explore that they never explored before. Sun and Moon had a lot of problems, but I absolutely loved the tropical island Polynesian inspiration. I thought that was very, very cool.
Yeah, I'd agree that the theme was cool, the execution was bad. Yes.
There were a lot of problems with Sun and Moon, but aesthetics were not it.
Yeah, sure. My favorite of them all, though, is Tapu Koko.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't have any issues with any of the Tapus. I think they're kind of neat.
Tapu Koko was the one you see the most.
Yeah, that's true.
The first one. It's the one that's the most memorable by far. Ooh, sleep is not ideal.
No, it's really not. It is fucking destroying me. I don't think I'm gonna beat this. I don't have any more healing. I'm gonna have to warp out.
You have literally 0 more healing?
Yeah, I've used it all already.
Oh, well then, we called this a grinding episode for a reason.
Yep.
I actually think those eggs might even stay defeated, too. Not 100% sure about
those
that.
things fucking annihilated me.
I'm gonna jump ahead to Solgaleo and Lunala. I also do not consider Necrozma to be part of a trio. Jeez.
You didn't like Cosmog and
I'm skipping them just because they evolve into them, and when you play the game, you don't encounter them until later. Cosmog is adorable. I love Cosmog.
But of the 2, of Lunalea and Fire Lion, I prefer Fire Lion.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Lunala is very good. I love that it's a bat. It is, what is it, Psychic Ghost, which is very cool.
Also, Necrozma can suck my dick. Necrozma is terrible.
I never saw Necrozma because I actually never finished the Ultra Beast section of the game, and I did not play Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon.
Neither.
We'll get into Ultra Beasts. if we want to. They're technically
we can
not
skip them
legendary
because
Pokemon.
they're terrible. I don't like them.
Also, Cosmoem.
Also, Buzzwole is the best one, so it doesn't matter.
Let me look up the list.
Nope. So yeah, we got Fire Lion Boy because we need to wrap up here.
Guzzlord's kind of fun.
Buzzwole is pretty great.
Kartana is actually pretty cool too.
Buzzwole.
If you don't know what
soul
Kartana
mosquito.
is, Kartana's like an origami one.
Yeah, I know.
Kartana's pretty cool.
Okay, so we have Zacian Zamazenta. I didn't
Great.
care.
I don't have any beef.
Really? I don't care for them.
No, they're fine. They're not the best. There's a little too much going on. Kind of like Kyurem, there's a little too much going on with their designs.
And I thought Eternatus, or however the fuck you want to pronounce his dumb name. I thought he has.
Eternatus is he kind of has that Ultra Beast aesthetic, but I do think
Yes.
he's cool as shit.
He has an Ultra Beast aesthetic. And he has a lot. He has a lot going on, but it kind of works and kind of doesn't.
The color scheme, the like purple and like scarlet, is very good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But he has too much. Too many lines.
Very
too many little spiny things, you know? It's like, tone it down a little bit.
Also, Zacian being Steel Fairy, love it. Mawile, I love. And Zacian being Steel Fairy, I think is super cool. Love it.
Yeah.
It's a cool type combo.
All right. Now for the one that I didn't play, though. But you have
Kubfu and
Kubfu, Urshifu.
Kubfu gets so much good characterization in the cutscenes.
I do say I kind of like the design, but then it's just another man-beast Pokemon.
I have no problem with Kubfu at all. Urshifu, I struggle to figure out why they made this when Pangoro exists.
Yes. It's basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah, like, I get that Pangoro occupies a very slightly different trope than what Urshifu does.
Right.
But I do not think that I like Urshifu's design. In fact, I like it more than Pangoro. But I do not like Pangoro already existed. You did not need to do it. Admittedly, only one of the forms is fighting dark. The other form is fighting water, which is cooler. But again, fighting bear with a black and white color scheme I struggle to see. It shouldn't have been a bear. That's just all. It shouldn't have been a bear.
I agree.
So
you've already stated your opinion on this one, though. Regalecki and Reggie Drago. I know which way I roll.
I mean, Reggie Drago just is so weird.
He's cool. His arms are a skull of a dragon. That's awesome.
Charizard hasn't Charizard gotten enough love?
Yeah, people love Charizard. I mean, that's why his card is expensive. He looks so
I
cool. I like him.
I do not. Regieleki hard lean.
You're wrong. But
Hard
that's fine.
lean.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Agree to disagree.
Legendary birds, Zapdos.
Let's save the birds for last because they are the most fun.
We can go. What I don't like is that they each have a signature move that is very obviously a reference to their Cantonian types.
That's kind of neat, though. It's like a throwback.
Yeah, but I would have liked them to be unique. I didn't want, admittedly,
you didn't want
Articunos. I'll give a pass. Articunos is a psychic laser beam that has a chance of freezing because it's a freezing glare. Cool, like it.
That is cool.
Zapdos is it's a kick.
We're not talking about these right now.
Shocky.
Let's talk about Icy Horse and Ghosty Horse.
Spectrier is really cool.
I like it. Gives me Rapidash
Spectrier,
vibes.
I specifically love. Spectrier is a ghost type, and there is a gap between the hooves and the end of the legs.
It gives me some
There's
ghost,
a space gap.
Ghost Rapidash vibes, and
Yeah.
I'm digging it because I do. I've Rapidash has grown on me as I've gotten older, especially like and playing.
And they're not unicorns. And they are not unicorns.
Right, they're not. They're actual just horses. So they join Mudbray and
Glastrier. I do not have a problem with.
I think it looks cool. It looks
the
cool.
Ice Knight helmet.
I think they're both really good. I think they're both really really good. I just prefer Ghosty Boy.
Yeah, I picked
Icy
Ghost
Boy.
when I played.
This dumb idiot.
Okay, so
I don't like him. You can argue.
Having played Crown Tundra,
you can argue.
And I think if
you
play Crown Tundra,
you can argue all you want.
If you play it, I guarantee Calyrex will be one of your favorite legendaries of all time.
But he's ugly as hell.
Calyrex is.
Look at him. He's ugly.
Calyrex is, in my opinion,
oh my god,
going to capture kids' attention the way that Mewtwo did, because he gets characterization.
Really?
He literally talks to you. He literally has lines of dialogue in the game. He has an entire story quest where you have to get his steed back for him, which is either of the horses, and you return his steed to him, and then he wants to the reason he's grass type is he makes barren soil fertile. That's why the Crown Tundra is bad, because they stopped worshiping him, and so he lost his power, and so he couldn't make their farmlands fertile or whatever. And once he gets his mount back, he's like much more powerful. But yeah, so what he literally does is there's Peony or Peony. He's the dude you've seen with we talked about him in Skype. He's the guy with the helmet, and he's like very gung-ho, and he's that one anime trope. Calyrex literally talks to you by possessing Peony and talking through his body.
Damn, that's some good character stuff.
And he asks you to go do things, and then when you finally finish his quest line, he's like, if you can capture me when I'm at my full power, I'll help you out. I'll come on your quest with you.
I think that's something that that Pokemon games kind of miss, is like, you get characterizations of, the rival, and then you get the characterization of like the bad guy or the team or whatever. That's cool and all.
And great.
Like, giving the Pokemon some, like Mewtwo, for example, like giving them that like personality to interact and talk with you and understand humans is really, really good.
Which we only got from the movie.
Right, exactly. Not from Mewtwo himself.
He's nothing in the game.
Right,
you get like 3 diary entries, and that's it.
But like Mewtwo, Lugia in the movie, Latios in the movie, like she doesn't talk to you, but like you get that interaction.
Celebi, by baking that into the game, they made Calyrex stick in my head, and I genuinely, if you played this, you'd be like,
me a fucking voice acted Pokemon.
Please.
Fuck.
Also, the way they frame him in the shot, so obviously his head is really big.
Mm-hmm.
When they have you talking to him in cutscenes and stuff in the Pokemon game, big? Well, they frame it so that most of his head is just out of frame.
So they
focus in on the deer head, and I guess this is coming back to the deer aesthetic that I like.
I don't.
But like when they frame him in the screen, it's like head and his tiny arms, and so he gestures and points and talks to you.
All right, let's finish up
that
here.
Works. And also, his cape looks way cooler.
We've been going on for a while, and we're still going to do a little bit of a PS5 review or a PS5 run through real quick when we're done.
I think you should try to beat Battle Rex one more time.
No, we're good. I have to go through the whole thing again.
Ugh, disagree, but okay. Save your game.
I already did. Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres, Galarian form. I know my ranking. Easily.
Moltres is easily bottom for me, because I don't think they did enough to make him different.
Yeah, he's just a Dark Phoenix. He looks like a ripoff.
He's like, okay, Zapdos, total change, still spiky, but like fine. And Articuno, honestly, they completely changed the way Articuno looks.
Yes.
Moltres, they didn't change anything.
They really didn't.
He's just black and red instead of red and orange and yellow.
He's just Yveltal, just dumb.
Yeah, like Yveltal already exists. You already have a black and red dark flying bird. Like you do not need the dark psychic fighting type is that is a nice trio, though flawed because they're all also still part flying, which means that Zapdos gets fucked.
Yeah, which is actually hilarious if you think about it, because if you flip flop it, in the original, Zapdos was better because of electricity, and they were all.
Yeah,
and they were
fair
all,
point.
So it was actually great.
That's a fair point. But yeah, Galarian Moltres
terrible. Bottom of the
scale. Burning aura, and I'm like, no, sorry, try harder.
Get out of here.
Try fucking harder.
Bottom of the tier.
Like,
all right, now this next one. Who's number 2?
Oh, Articuno. Zapdos is the best.
Absolutely.
Sorry, Zapdos is the best by
Absolutely.
far.
Now,
Roadrunner is such a cool idea to take a twist on a bird.
Articuno is fantastic. I like the little shades. She's like Darkwing Duck type thing.
It literally has laser vision.
It's great. It's a good design. Yeah. It's a very unique. Still looking at it, you could be like, yeah, that's Articuno. That's cool. But it looks different enough from regular Articuno. Still has the swooshes and all that stuff. It has
the swooshes
that
and the waviness.
Yes,
and feathers.
waviness. Perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. It's great.
And I guess technically they did the same for Zapdos, and they did the same for Moltres,
but this fucking Roadrunner motherfucker is the best goddamn Pokemon I've ever seen.
It's very, very good.
He's a fucking Chocobo.
Also, fun fact, their shinies are their Kanto colors.
It's yellow? Zapdos is yellow. Are you...
Yes.
Are you fucking on me right now?
The shiny Galarian Zapdos is yellow.
It's a Chocobo.
Yes. Yes.
How do I get it?
You cannot.
How do I get it?
Articuno is blue, and actually Articuno's shiny looks very good.
How do I get it? I want it.
Moltres obviously looks the same. Moltres is frustratingly
bad
because it's the same color scheme, and they didn't actually change it that much. It just looks basically like regular Moltres.
I want it. He looks great.
Yeah. They should have made... The problem with Moltres is... Okay, so the Dark Psychic fighting is a trio, and they've used it before, right? They used it with the XY starters. So I don't mind that trio.
Yeah, XY.
But,
right.
And I also don't think...
Who did I take at X and Y?
You took
Fox. I put Delphox, which I should have left as Brexian.
Well, the problem is they shouldn't have done... For Galarian Moltres, they should not have done like a Vulture, because we already have Mandibuzz.
True.
I think they could have just gone... much like the Zapdos is just a Roadrunner, which is like a totally different bird. Moltres should have been like a fucking penguin or like an ostrich.
Ostrich would have been great.
It may have a little bit been a little too close to Zapdos with Roadrunner.
That's probably true.
I'll grant that, but I do agree. They should have done a different bird or a parrot, maybe. Parrot would have been great.
Parrot would have been really good.
Yes, and they could have still done dark, and then they could have done like instead of black and red, they could have done like
a macaw.
Red.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like a black macaw.
That'd be really
parrot.
Cool. That'd be really
that would have been really they could have done some very interesting things.
Look, Game Freak, Pokemon Company, hire us. We'll get you the ideas. We work for very little.
In all fairness, speaking of parrots, Toucanon, a Pokemon that totally people forget about,
is great. Amazing
design.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if I ever replay Sun and Moon again, I am using a Toucanon because it's amazing.
All right.
Or they could have done a freaking Dodo. Like there's so many other interesting birds.
Dodo.
And
Dodo's too close to Roadrunner.
Well, but so is Ostrich and Emu. Like Parrot probably would have been the best.
Parrot's the
There's
best.
really-
Parrot is
there's
the
only
best.
Maybe one
That's
or two
really
other
good.
parrot Pokemon, and I'm not actually sure. There's not a macaw Pokemon, certainly. What other weird birds are there? That are like unique. Or they could have done a Quetzal.
Like a Quetzalcoatl? Oh.
Yeah, I don't think. Do we have a Quetzal Pokemon? I don't think we do. Yeah, no, we Xatu kind of, but like not enough. Like Quetzal would have been absolutely perfect because it's a bird with big wings, so it still would have been like very obviously flying type. Zapdos,
yeah,
Galarian Zapdos is sort of questionable.
Quetzal would have been really good. Oh.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that Articuno is actually kind of close to a Quetzal with that long tail.
I guess that's true. Still.
Like a blue one?
Still.
Maybe. But yeah, a Quetzal would have been really cool. Or like, there's a bazillion birds of paradise. Like, there's like, 30 different unique species of bird of paradise? Do one of them. You already used a few of them with Oricorio.
What other eagle Pokemon do we have besides Bravery?
Eagles?
Yeah, because we only have
I think
Bravery.
Braviary
Right?
might be the only one.
And Mandibuzz, I think, is really the only like. Vulture.
It's a vulture.
So even repeating one of them would have been probably fine.
And I guess we have a penguin in Delibird.
And Emporion.
The
starter. The starter
is probably closer to a vulture.
Firo?
Oh, Empoleon is a penguin, yeah.
Yeah, Empoleon's a penguin.
Firo is... I don't know what Firo is.
Yeah, we don't care about Firo. Anyway, we're going to wrap up into a post bit here. But this will be the end of the recording.
Oh, Talonflame.
Joe's going to lose his mind here. Talonflame?
That's an eagle.
Talonflame?
Or it's a hawk, I guess.
It's like a falcon.
It's like a falcon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a falcon. It's not an eagle.
Mega Pidgeot, kind of an eagle.
Ooh, okay. All right, I see that. Yeah, it's got like Pidgeys in the
Staraptor
name.
is like half eagle,
it's like
half
a
hawk.
fucking Pidgeot,
Staraptor is half eagle, half hawk.
All right, guys, we appreciate it. Stick around, or if you're watching this ever on YouTube, which nobody does, so I don't even know why I try and upload them, but who cares? We do it anyway for the fans.
The fans that we don't have yet, but want that classic content.
One day.
Oh yeah, it literally says no views. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. Like we just there's no reason to upload this on YouTube because we don't get any views on the YouTube, but it's fine. We do it anyway.
We gotta do that self promo. Okay, so we do have 2 views on one of them.
We gotta it might be me clicking them to check on them to make sure that they uploaded fine.
It's entirely possible.
We gotta self promote better, man. We just gotta blast it. We just gotta blast it out in the abyss over and over again, a billion times. Anyway, thanks guys. We're gonna do a little end stream here. I'm gonna demo the PS5 for Joe so he kind of understands what's going on.
Apparently.
Follow, subscribe, do whatever. We appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter and all that good stuff.
Yeah, please follow me on Twitter.
We'll see you same time next week.
Yeah, I should be good through Christmas.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Fucking Anchorman's so good.
God damn it. We will have a stream in 3 weeks on Christmas Eve.
Ooh.
So we'll have to figure out if we want to do that or not.
Well, maybe
we'll
do a shorter one.
I have no idea what our holiday plans are yet. We told our family no on Thanksgiving so that we could do Christmas, but like things were maybe getting worse.
It's not looking good.
Oh.
Bye, everybody.